Welcome to Rate Field here on the right side of town in Chicago.
I'm having the best time of my life.
Colson Montgomery just went deep in 3 straight games.
My dad, he's such a big part in my day-to-day life, means the world to me.
Got an MRI. It was a small partial tear of the patella tendon.
So the plan is just to be shut down, kind of reassess in a couple of weeks.
The starting pitcher for the Charlotte Knights again is the lefty Noah Schultz. We'll see what he can do here tonight.
I was pitching Thursday. Normal lineup was sent out. Colson was playing. Did my own thing throughout the day, got ready for the game. I was asking, I was like, where's Colson at? Our trainer was like, oh, he got called up. I'm like, no way. It was really sudden, and I had no idea. And everyone's like, yeah, he left like 4 or 5 hours ago.
The pitch, swing and a miss, swing and a miss.
I wish I would have said bye to him, but you know, hopefully I'll see him soon. That'll be something that hopefully I'll have the opportunity to do.
Tonight marks the highly anticipated Major League Baseball debut of the 23-year-old Colson Montgomery.
In the dugout, we're watching his at-bats. It's definitely awesome to see those guys, especially when, you know, you're playing with them and then the next day they're in the big leagues.
Broken bat, a flare to left field. Montgomery, will he get there? Oh, what a catch! In his big league debut, you see what Colson Montgomery can do.
The first night, didn't get my first hit or anything. And so I had to remind myself, searching for that first hit, you can kind of maybe get too aggressive, you know, and swing at things that you shouldn't be swinging at.
Got him swinging on the slider out of the zone.
I mean, you're a little nervous and things like that, but when they call you up, it means they want you up here, you know. It means they have all the belief in the world in you. So I just kept reminding myself that I belong here.
Coming up, it's the Ute gone wild. White Sox with a chance to win this series here in Colorado.
First AB, so I knew the guy was going to throw something over the plate. He ended up throwing a slider and put a pretty good swing on it. I didn't think it was going to be a homer, but it just kept on carrying.
Montgomery in the air to right center field. This one continues to go back, and it's going to go off the wall. Montgomery racing around second. He's looking for 3. An RBI triple for Colson Montgomery. First run batted in here in the big leagues.
We ended up sliding into third, and once that happened, that was like the second time of just like wait, release off you, because everybody's waiting for the first hit, and once you get it, the rest is cake now. You know, you just go out there and play.
First big league hit. They will save the baseball.
He's just going to keep elevating his game wherever he goes. And what he do in Denver, he got hot, like really fast.
And there's his second big league hit. Colson Montgomery, 3 hits tonight in his second big league game. His dad, TJ, is loving it.
It's just all about preparation, honestly, at this level.
Montgomery continues to rake. He will drive in Andrew Benintendi. His second run batted in is his career.
He wants to play well for Chicago.
It has been fun so far here in Colorado. And if you're a White Sox fan, you want to see Colson Montgomery tomorrow in his home debut against the Blue Jays. It's going to be a fun one.
Great to be back home. It is a beautiful night for baseball.
I'm excited. Play in front of these fans. It'll be sick.
My debut at the Rate Field, it was pretty special just because you run out on the field and you just hear people screaming your name and saying welcome to Chicago, and it's kind of like they're just welcoming me with open arms.
Bring him out, bring him out. Colson Montgomery walks his squad onto the field. He will take the shortstop position for the first time here at Rate Field.
Defensively, I was just trying to do everything I can for my guys. So if that's putting my body out on the line, I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Up the middle, Colson Montgomery goes at the flip. You see the range for Colson Montgomery. Just got to that ball up the middle.
I drew a walk in my debut here.
And Montgomery will work himself a 2-out walk.
Marcus has told me is don't base my success off of if I get hits or not. Evaluate my day on if I had good at-bats, if I was swinging at the right pitches.
Ooh, that one looked like it was off the edge, but it's called strike 3.
If you do that, then the game will reward you.
Barger moves across.
This is an off-balance throw, throws it in the dirt.
So Montgomery will reach with one out here in the 7th. That one gets into right field. Montgomery scores. 𝗏𝗏, he will be waved in. A 2 RBI single from Mike Tauchman makes it 8-3 here in the 7th. But the Sox will lose the opener against the Blue Jays 8-4.
A lot of people from back home have been waiting for this moment just as long as me, and they're just as excited as me to have that support from small town Indiana back home that they made the trip up here. I think that's pretty special. It was a very special night just because it was my debut in front of all these great fans, and we definitely felt the support. I know we didn't win, but we're going to come back tomorrow, prepare our butts off, and just do whatever we can to get a win.
Sergio told me a couple weeks ago, that I was going to the Futures Game, and it was awesome. It's an honor.
It's a huge deal. It's basically the best prospects in all of baseball get to go on the field and play against each other at the All-Star Game venue with all the bells and whistles.
I've never been to Atlanta Stadium, the Braves. I'm excited to go. I'm excited to see, compare and contrast the stadiums that I've been to. It'll be nice, to see my family there. The support from friends and family is the biggest part that I really appreciate. I'll be joined by 𝗏𝗏 Montgomery. Kind of had different schedules, so I didn't really see him that much. But I saw he had custom cleats. They were deep dish pizza cleats. They were pretty cool.
Noah Schultz is the new pitcher out of 𝗏𝗏 Charlotte.
And facing the best hitters in the minor leagues, so it's definitely not going to be easy.
Well, and already off the bat here with Hope, a leadoff single.
First batter, single. It was the first pitch I threw, so it was kind of welcome to it. Next batter, got the ground ball I wanted, but not necessarily the right spot. Hit off my leg.
No one's going to be able to do anything with it. Noah Schultz, that's just tough.
Yeah, don't play ball precisely, but now you got the 𝗏𝗏, who's considered to have the best approach in all of baseball.
And then, the home run after that, which, sucked.
Very exciting.
Uh-oh. Powered out towards right field. This one going back towards the wall in the stands. Take the lead on a swing, a 3-run shot.
That's what we're talking when it comes about professional approach.
Just hung a slider in a bad spot, in a bad count, and the guy took advantage of it. He's a great player. I learned a lesson that, you can't throw that pitch there to that guy.
One thing that speaks really well of Noah Schultz is he stood up in his locker like a big leaguer after that outing and answered every question we had for him.
I feel like I'm hanging a little bit. Got to correct that. There's a lot of things to work on, but, I'm excited to get to work.
The last time I was in this stadium was when Colson got invited to sign his contract and throw out the first pitch, southpaw, because it was COVID. We hear all the fans, can't wait to see you play, and they all been waiting for him to come up here and see all these fans cheering for him. It's just crazy. I tell all my buddies, when you see him run out in that Sox uniform, you will cry, because it is another whole feeling of seeing him play in Charlotte or Birmingham or Winston-Salem, Kannapolis. It's like, pinch me, wake me up, don't wake me up. This is a dream, and he's doing it.
What is the plan with Colson Montgomery? Well, he's very comfortable at shortstop, and they're trying to see if he can build up some more time at third base.
When they told me I was playing third today, nothing crossed my mind about being mad or being upset about. I'm like, no, if I'm in the lineup, I'm good with whatever.
Colson feels he's pretty comfortable at third base. He's got a very strong arm.
I had some pretty good plays, took away some hits.
Montgomery backs up on the ball, makes a strong throw across the diamond.
I just like to keep it natural over there, use my athleticism and not really overthink it.
By Montgomery. Great first step. He used the height to extend and snag. Montgomery at third. He's passed the test so far. The Guardians take it in 10. 6-5 the final. They take 3 of 4 in the series.
Yep. Bye. Thanks for coming. Yep. Family is everything for me. For them to come down on the field and you kind of just hang out. We don't really talk about baseball, honestly, just because consumed with it every day, all day. It's usually just pretty casual. I'll probably see you tonight. It kind of gives you a little fresh air, I guess, because you see familiar faces.
Tonight is the 2025 MLB Draft, a night where the future of franchises gets defined. And for the prospects, it's a night they've been dreaming about their entire lives. Moments are coming up for them that they will never forget.
Draft night for me was very interesting. Definitely a emotional roller coaster.
Everybody recognized that George had some tools that nobody else in the draft had. We had saved some money on some picks in the third and fourth rounds, and we're starting to build this pool of money up to make one run at one star player.
Because it's time for Chicago White Sox to make their next pick.
6 rounds into the draft, I kind of thought I was going to school.
We were disappointed. He was disappointed a little bit, you know. And then all of a sudden, this opportunity comes up.
I called his advisor. You got 5 minutes. You got to make a decision. And the anticipation is going crazy.
Chicago White Sox select George Wolkow, an outfielder from Downers Grove North High School.
Being selected by the White Sox and growing up in the area, it means more. The thought of being able to put on the pinstripes and the South Side City Connect jersey with friends, families in the stand, fires me up.
We were more excited about the George Wolkow pick than we were about any other pick in the draft.
My draft day was a little abnormal, I think. Having such a shortened senior season, I wasn't really sure if I was going to get drafted.
Senior year, his first start out, pitched fantastic, and all of a sudden he was in the mid to upper 90s. And then a couple days later, we found out Noah had mono. He couldn't pick up a baseball for 8 weeks, so he basically missed most of his senior season.
And I pitched in the summer between the high school season and the draft, so I got some innings out there, but it was definitely, up in the air. I wasn't really sure. We just had a pretty chill day. Me, my parents, and one of my sisters were there. And my other sister was on FaceTime.
Noah had talked with his advisor. $2.8 million was his goal. Otherwise, he was going to go to Vanderbilt. 3-4 picks before the White Sox pick, Noah's agent had called. Hey, the White Sox are willing to draft you at $2.789. So it was about $11,000 less than his bonus.
I discussed it with my family, but definitely it came down to it was being my decision.
And he said, I think that's close enough. I can work with that. So his agent went back to the White Sox and said the White Sox agreed to your 2.8 number.
With the 26th pick of the 2022 MLB Draft, the Chicago White Sox select Noah Schultz, a left-handed pitcher from Oswego East High School in Oswego, Illinois.
We all, jumped up. It was definitely a day I'll never forget. It was the best decision of my life, and I'm really happy to be here.
My suit was nice. I think I had the best suit that night, and I think everybody else there would agree with the bow tie.
It didn't sink in until I walked in and I seen Colson sitting up there, and it was like, this is real. I mean, this is going to happen. And Colson kept getting texts all night from his agent.
We had a really good idea that I was going to go in the first round.
A team wanted him earlier, but half the slot money. And Colson showed me, and he goes, what do you think? I go, I think we stick with the game plan. He's like, all right, so he told Hunter, no.
I had a really good relationship with 𝗦𝗍𝗰𝗶𝗹 and all the guys with the White Sox, so if I did fall, I was going to fall to the White Sox. It was the Cubs pick, and they went pitcher, and then after that, I got a text right away.
I looked down, Hunter said, congratulations, you're going to be a White Sox. And, it happened.
The Chicago White Sox select Colson Montgomery, a shortstop from Southridge High School in Huntingburg.
I was pretty emotional when he texted me, and then I knew I was going on stage and TV, so I kind of regrouped. But then when I did the interview, I started getting I was getting cracked up a little bit.
A special moment there between you and Pops. What did he say to you?
He just told me how proud he was of me and just said he loved me so much.
How you feeling? You're getting a little choked up.
Yeah, I'm a little emotional right now.
You know what? It's completely understandable. Can we hear it for Colson?
I knew after that day my life was going to be pretty different. I remember talking to my parents, and they just kept saying, just be me, stay me, don't change. The All-Star break came at a really good time. Mentally, I was a little tired from getting called up and just adjusting to the different style of play in the big leagues. So I went home to Indiana, just kind of hung out with my family. And then on Wednesday, my county inducted me into the Du Bois County Hall of Fame.
Tonight we're the one-year-old Colson Montgomery. He led South Koreans to 3 state finals. Actually, it should have been 4 with the COVID year, but anyway, the 2021 state championship.
You might not see many people come out of where I'm from, but there's notable names. You know, you got Don Mattingly and Scott Rowland and Mitch Stetter.
Recognize and put his banner alongside all those outstanding athletes.
My 2 sisters, Maya and Ava, they did the banner revealing, and it was pretty cool.
Anytime you're ready, Joe.
For everybody to come meant a lot to me, just to see kind of the support, my community backing me up so much and being proud of me, and I think it's awesome.
This All-Star break, good opportunity to kind of come home, feel grounded a little bit, see my sisters, see my parents, see some friends, sleep in my bed, almost like a little vacation in the middle of the season. One thing I couldn't miss on these 3 days is that 𝗕ance Tavern burger.
You guys loving the 𝗕ance Tavern? We're gonna give you guys.
I'm gonna do the West Coast burger.
Awesome. What side would you like that?
Just regular fries.
My dad means a lot to me. You know, he motivates me all the time, whether I'm, you know, doing good or struggling a little bit, he's always gonna be there.
It's good to be back in town.
For sure.
For you, all of us together as a family.
Having 3 days maybe without touching the bat, but I still watch the All-Star game, the home run derby. So there still is some baseball going on, but I think just mentally reset, I think it's good.
There you guys go, enjoy.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll never take another meal for granted with my dad. You know, especially now that I moved away and being able to enjoy each other's company for the short couple of days.
George, man, what happened to that burger, dude?
Yeah, man, killed it.
3 bites, 4 bites? Where'd you go?
Couple.
Yeah.
Tasted great though.
So let me ask you this. Knowing you, it's been a long time since you've ever went 4 days without swinging the bat out of field.
I mean, I was in the living room yesterday. I picked up a bat, and Mama yelled at me.
Come on now.
But no, I mean, when that's your job and your passion, it definitely feels wrong. It's just missing out on a chance to, you know, could be get better.
We went to the game the other day before you got home and got to see Colson live. What do you think about him getting called up? Pretty exciting, huh?
A lot of pressure, a lot of expectations for him throughout his whole career, but especially this year. Through all the doubt that people had, definitely to test his character, his work ethic for, you know, battling through that stuff. So to see him finally get that call, and I mean, for him to go out for a couple of weeks and really put on a show, I'm thrilled for him.
So you are heading back tomorrow. You got practice that day, right?
Yeah, so tomorrow we got practice at 5 o'clock. Lift, hitting the cages, a little bit of like team defense relays, cuts and relays, so make some throws in the outfield. And then Friday morning, drive down to Columbia, South Carolina. We play Friday night against the Fireflies.
Oh, yeah.
We'll drive back on Monday and head back on the road against the Brewers affiliate. So we got 9 straight on the road.
Right, that's your longest one of the year, I think.
Yeah, take a couple days, reset, and then just go dominate the last month and a half.
Wow.
Having him, you know, be such a big part in, you know, my day-to-day life, conversations with him, you know, it means the world to me. Extremely grateful.
Cheers. Cheers.
As we welcome you in here to Truist Field, the Charlotte Knights just announced an injury.
It was my 3rd pitch of my pregame bullpen. It was my plant leg, my right knee. I threw a pitch, and it was kind of a sting. It was something that, you know, I hadn't really felt before. Threw another pitch, and I threw it to the backstop because I couldn't really land on my leg.
When someone feels something like that, you don't ask them to push it. There's too many things that can happen.
I wasn't comfortable letting him pitch on it. He wasn't comfortable pitching on it, so that was the end of it for him.
Scott made the right call. This guy is incredibly a valuable piece to the organization. It just wasn't worth pushing him through that.
Noah Schultz, the top overall prospect of the Chicago White Sox. So he's been scratched from the start here tonight. Looked to be a leg injury. Don't know what it was, but he was limping off the field.
Whenever you talk about knees, ankles, it can be a little scary.
Got an MRI. It was a small partial tear of the patella tendon.
Luckily, it was best case scenario where he didn't need to go under the knife or anything like that. So the plan is just to be shut down right now, kind of reassess in a couple of weeks.
Let's take the time now. Let's fix it. It's not the whole season, right? He's going to be back pitching again, and we'll build up from there.
The beauty of making it to the big leagues is there's a lot of firsts. One of my favorite firsts since being in the big leagues is getting my first home run. So we get into Tampa. It's an interesting, scenery since we're playing at a spring training complex.
Try to make something happen here in the 7th inning.
I knew the guy had a pretty good fastball. He ended up just throwing him fastball kind of right down the middle. Just so happened to hit it pretty good.
Montgomery deep to right field. Back he goes! His first big league home run! An absolute no-doubter coming here in Tampa. Congratulations, Colson Montgomery. You see why the White Sox are so excited about it.
I'm going to remember that forever. It fired me up and it just got me excited. It made me want to hit more, and since then I really haven't been trying to hit more, but it's just been trending in that direction. After Tampa, we came back home to Chicago, and it was my first crosstown classic versus the Cubs.
Welcome to Wright Field here on the right side of town in Chicago.
We're wearing our City Connect jerseys in front of a sold-out crowd versus a rival, and the boys were hot. Chase came out, set the tone.
𝗙𝗰𝗶𝗹, one of the young faces on this team, turns on this one, high in the air, deep to left field. Let's go!
And then I was able to top it off with a home run.
Colson Montgomery just went deep in 3 straight games. He is some kind of player.
It's probably one of the most memorable games and most fun games that I've had in the big leagues.
It is now 10-0, Sox on top here in the 5th inning.
Being in front of the fans and how much they supported us, and it just made me like playing in Chicago so much more. Beating up on the Cubs is pretty fun too.
Cue the fireworks, so good old-fashioned butt whooping from the Sox.
When you're playing against the Cubs, the fans bring it out. Sometimes I'll look up in the stands and they're actually fighting, like physically fighting each other. I feel like it kind of brings more of the competitiveness out between the two of us. Even though we didn't win the series, we showed what we can do and can't wait to play more.
This is why the city of Chicago is so captivated by this crosstown series.